Hi everybody, this is the third pre-recorded video. This next video is going up on May 27th. This week's fan theory of the week is the Friends Psych Ward theory. This theory states that the 6 characters of Friends are living in a psych ward, and each of them have a specific disorder. I will go through all of the disorders and then talk about the 2 ones I'm going to focus on today, because I feel like the 2 characters I'm going to talk about today their disorders are not really explained very much throughout the show unless I'm missing something. Ross has narcissistic personality disorder and rage issues. Monica has OCD. Chandler has social anxiety. Phoebe has schizophrenia, which I talked about in my fan theories video about Phoebe from the 8th. Rachel has borderline personality disorder, and Joey has dissociative identity disorder, which causes him to act immature. So today I'm going to talk mostly about Joey and Rachel's disorders, because the other characters you can kind of see clearly, because, like, for example, you see how Monica has OCD because she's always cleaning. Ross's rage issues are clearly documented throughout the whole show. He also has depression because of his divorce from Carol. Chandler has social anxiety. That's his whole character in total. And then as I mentioned before, I talked about Phoebe's aspect of this theory in a video I did on the 8th that centered on the theories about Phoebe. Before I made this video, I had to look up what the diagnosis for borderline personality would be, and the symptoms are abandonment, which I don't think Rachel really suffers from. Chandler more suffers from abandonment because his dad slept with the pool boy and divorced his mom. I couldn't really figure out how Rachel deals with abandonment. She also changes she also reinvents herself constantly. Like, she goes to different jobs until she finally finds something where she settles. And then, like, in the beginning, when you first meet her in the pilot, she's obsessed with shopping and spending all of the credit card money left over from when she lived with her dad. With Joey, you see several examples throughout the series about how he acts immature. For one, he has a stuffed animal penguin who he names Hugsy, who he tells Rachel he actually stole from a little kid. So I wish that story had been explored a little more, because that made me really curious. Like, why would he steal something from a little kid? There's also the episode where he goes on a date with Phoebe's friend Sarah and refuses to share his french fries. Joey doesn't share food. Then there's in the one where no one's ready, where he wears all of Chandler's clothes where they're trying to get ready for Ross's function. And then he shows when they all go to London for Ross and Emily's wedding, he gets really homesick. You don't really see adults getting homesick when they travel. So I definitely could tell in these situations that Joey definitely acts like a child a lot of the time. And it made me think of the Matthew Perry movie Numb, because that character also has dissociative identity disorder. And that his case of dissociative identity disorder is caused by his anxiety, but I couldn't understand, like, what kind of trauma Joey would have in his life prior to the start of the show that would cause him to have this disorder of dissociative identity disorder. What would cause him to have anxiety and dissociate and act like he's younger than he is. Like, where did Hugsy originate from? That's one thing I always wondered when I was originally watching this show. What do you guys think of this theory about them living in a psych ward? Another thing I wanted to briefly mention before I end this video is there's a theory that Monica and Joey are drug addicts, and that Joey uses his charm to mask his drug dependency issues. If you were to connect this theory to the living in a psych ward theory, what kind of medication do you think that Joey could get addicted to while he's living in a psych ward that would cause him to be addicted? So if you could leave your thoughts on this theory in the description, that would be good. Next month's fan theory Friday video. I will only be doing one fan theory Friday video in June, and it won't be out till June 26th because I will be busy with my Port Fringe play and my art show at the beginning part of the month. Next month's fan theory, I will be talking about my favorite fan theories from Modern Family, and then my July fan theory video will be a character analysis of Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother. The next 2 episodes of Fan Theory Friday will be out on June 26th and July 10th. So I will not see you for a month. Have a great June, everybody. And when I make my next Fan Theory Friday video, I will fill you in on how my Port Fringe play went and how my art show at Double House went. Thank you for tuning in.